All right, guys, welcome to our onboarding introduction and onboarding class. Let's get started. It is 8:05, so a good time to start. Enough time for anyone that was running a little bit late to get in here. So welcome, guys. My name is Carlos, one of the moderators here at the BBT community. And today we want to just go over some of the stuff that's available for those that are have signed up and are already members, and for those that are in an intro membership now, just trying to see if this is the right community for you. With that said, before we get started, we are not an investment or advisory service. We do not tell you what to buy or what to sell. And any publication or information you find in our trading community or our website is not a recommendation for you to act on. So it's very important you understand that if you're looking for any personal advice in your finances, you got to get with someone that's a professional that can give you advice on your specific situation. Guys, welcome to our trading community. As you know, some of you might have been watching us either on YouTube, either did an intro membership before and just joined, or either have read Andrew's book for the most part and found our community through our website. As you know, we're very close to our members. We like to have our meetups. We like to be able to put a face to the names of the people that we trade with every single day, right? That's important to us. What makes this community special, guys, is not the moderators, it's not Andrew, it's the members. It really is the group of people that have the same goal, that we learn from each other every single day, right? And so it allows us to not trade alone and be able to trade with other people. So that's pretty special, especially if you're day trading full time. You need that interaction with other people, just instead of just being at your house by yourself on a computer. That can get boring pretty fast. All right, excellent. A new member, thank you for joining. And we have a one from Portland, Ali. Okay, excellent. Guys, here's the moderating team. This all started with as a Vancouver traders. Andrew himself from Vancouver, also Brian from Vancouver, basically started this community because they were both traders and did not want to trade alone. So, let's start a community. And it was called Vancouver Traders at that time. It then switched over to Bearable Traders. And since then, every single person in here, Thor, Peter, we have Peter here. This is Norm and Mike. All these guys were all students of Andrew's. They all found his book and eventually became build their own trading style, found their own style of trading, and then later became moderators of the community to help with the community and continue to grow. So this team here, guys, is here to help you out, support you in any way possible. What that means is you can reach out to any of us. It is literally our email address, our name at bearbluetraders.com. So Carlos at bearbluetraders.com, Peter at bearbluetraders.com, and we are all here to help. So do not hesitate to reach out to any of us if you have any questions in regards to anything in regards to trading. Let's talk about the topics we'll be discussing tonight. We'll talk about our trading style. What type of style does Bearable Traders focus on? Our community resources. So go over our websites and kind of show you where some of the things are located. Our education center and how it is built, and also the three pillars of our education center that we focus on: technology, strategy, and psychology. We'll also talk about trading expectations, guys. This is really important. Many of you guys starting out, and I was when I was starting out, we have a certain expectation when it comes to trading. And it's important to have a realistic expectation. If not, you're going to be very frustrated with yourself. You're going to make bad decisions. So it's important to have that expectation. That's going to help you drastically with the learning curve, which we'll talk a little bit about. The learning curve is something that's it's a bit complicated because it's not clear cut, right? So we'll get into that as well. All right, let's get into our trading style. We mainly focus on day trading stocks, right? So many vehicles out there, so many different type of trading. You could do swing trading, you can do long-term investments, and you can also trade all different kinds of vehicles, right? And when I mean vehicles, I'm talking about stocks, forex. You could trade options. There's so many different things you can do out there. If you can think about it, it probably is tradable, right? But our main focus, what you're going to find in our education center, is going to be on day trading stocks. As a day trader, guys, we're focused on the short-term strategies. Okay, so we're looking at these short-term opportunities to take advantage of them. We are considered technical traders. What this means that our main focus is based on chart patterns and our indicators, right? This is what we're using to determine whether we get in or out of a trade, right? That is the main indicator for us. Yes, we want to know why stock is gapping down 20, 30%. We want to know why a stock is gapping up 15, 10%. That's important. It's important to know the catalyst causing the move. But at the end of the day, we're not going to have a bias based on the news. We're going to focus, okay, what is the chart pattern telling us? And am I getting all my indicators checked off here to be able to take this trade, right? Based off my trade book. And we capitalize on small price movements. Again, confirming, going back to kind of our short-term strategies here. So if we're getting 40, 50, 30 cents, that is amazing for the type of strategies that we're trading, right? So if we're not always looking for the $2, $3, $4 moves, those are great, but on a consistent basis, we want to be able to get these small price movements over and over and over again, right? So that is our goal there, to be able to do this consistently. We use high leverage. So for example, we are using buying power to in our trades. We are using margin. We are not holding anything overnight, right? The minute you do this, you're no longer day trading. You're now becoming a swing trader. And most likely, if you set out on a day trade and you ended up swinging the trade, you are now breaking your rules, right? So you do not want to do that. If we're strictly focused on short-term strategies, at the end of the day, we want to be all cash, all positions closed. Even if something is up, even if you're up 10, 20, 30 bucks, your goal as a day trader is to be cash at the end of the day. If you want to swing trade, you could do that as well, but let's set the rules, nice and early that as a day trader, that is one of your rules. You're not holding anything overnight. The stocks that we focus on are really high liquid stocks. So, for example, if you notice every morning, Norm and I, we're looking for stuff that has value, that has a lot of liquidity, that's moving very well in the pre-market. Usually, that translates to good action at the market open. We are focused really on mid to large flow stocks. We'll look at some low flow stocks, penny stocks. We don't even look at all. It's just they're just so difficult to trade. Not that there's nothing wrong with them, but it's not the style that we focus on. It's very important to understand what style you're going to focus on and what you're going to trade. Can later down the line, as you become an expert in the mid to large flow stocks, play around with some of the low flows in the penny stocks. By all means, you can. But first, starting out with the mid to large flow stocks it's an easier path to learn when you start with these stocks, right? So you want to focus on that first, then eventually move on to the others. Also, starting out as you are building your discipline, because we all can say, hey, in my personal life, I have discipline. I go to the gym. I do this. I eat healthy. That stuff does not translate sometimes too well into day trading. The reason is because day trading touches on some things in your minds that will make you do things that you never realized you were capable of. Stuff you read in the books about people blowing up their account and holding on to losers for days on end. This is stuff that people that never thought they would do end up doing because that's what trading does to your mind. So it's easier to learn with these stocks than with these low flow stocks, because when you lose here, when you make a mistake, when you have a collapse in your mindset, they're ruthless. Your loss could be very, very big, very, very fast. Doesn't happen as much in the mid to large flow stocks. Yes, you can still lose big, but these are a little more lenient when it comes to that, and they're just easier to learn and read the price action. All right, let's talk about some of the community resources that are available to you now as a member. First, we'll start with our dashboard area. So right in here, guys, this is your left hand. You have your navigational menu where you can get to many places in our website. The first thing is your dashboard. If you scroll down here, there's two ways to get our community events. You have a calendar down at the bottom here. I'm going to show you that next. And you also here, when you click on webinars, you can see all the webinars that are scheduled coming up for the coming weeks. So you can do that here, and you can also do that in the calendar. So if you scroll down, you're going to get a monthly events calendar right on that dashboard page, and you can see what's coming up for the month. What are some of the things that are scheduled on a regular basis? So for example, we have our live onboarding class, and we also have a technology webinar every Monday, right? So we're pretty much set out. Monday is technology. Tuesday is going to be strategy. And then here we have a psychology, which is Wednesday, right? So that's the way we're set out as far as our calendar. Then Thursdays we have mentorship, right? So we have mentorship with Thor every Thursday. So this is all available to you guys. Make sure you're taking full advantage of everything that we're providing. Next, we have your account information, pretty basic stuff. It just shows you your information, your username, password, email address. So if you want to make any changes to that, you can do that here. Next thing is going to be the 3 chat rooms. So we have 3 main chat rooms. The first one is the chat room, and the second one is the classroom. Third one is the webinar room. The chat room, this is the main one. Here's where we do our pre-market show. So if you've been, first time you're here and you've been watching us on YouTube, that is being done there as well. So the pre-market trading prep is set up here. The room opens about 7:30 in the morning. So you can come in, if you're early bird, you can come in here, and already members are in there. They're looking at the scanners that are available for you every day. We have the trade idea scanners already in there, set up and running, so you can start looking at your watch list and working on some things and seeing what's moving for the day. Then after the pre-market trading prep, we do have the live trading that Brian and Andrew does. Andrew's been a little bit sick the last couple of days, but he's for the most part doing the live trading. And then throughout the entire day, we have moderators coming in, getting on the mic and talking about their trading in the market overall. The second room is going to be the classroom. So any scheduled classes will be held here. We also have the trade review by Eamon that's done every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So if you have a trade you want to take a screenshot of, you want to send it to him, you can, and you want somebody to review it every Tuesday and Thursday. He's doing this live, so you can come in here, give him a copy of your trades, and he will break them down, see what you did good, what you can do better, and so forth. So again, a great learning experience. And also, if you look at the way other people are trading, you can also get ideas from them and learn from them. So that's the key thing here, guys. When you're part of a community, it's also about learning from other people around you, right? So that's the key, and you want to definitely be in this webinar trading review every Tuesdays and Thursdays to get that opportunity. The webinar room, this is where we hold our success webinars. We also hold our psychology webinars. So these are done every single week, guys. Success webinars is every Tuesday. Psychology webinars is every Wednesday. So every week we're either one of the moderators is presenting something, or we're bringing in a guest from the outside to share their information with us. So again, very, very helpful stuff. If you're not able to make it, they're held at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We do have a recording. I'll show you what that is in the education center, but it's best to be there live if you can. I know it's sometimes 8 p.m. could be 3 o'clock in the morning for someone, and that could be tough, right? But if you can make it, that would be great. All right, heading on down, let's look at our chat room and some of the features. Here is the main chat room, and most of the chat rooms look like this as well. The first thing you're going to have is your moderator notifications tab. So here you have, for example, every morning we're putting in our watch list, what everybody's watching for the day. If there are any specific or special announcements, they'll also will be made here. In between here, we do have a tab for different things we have. We have a trades tab, a swing options tab, a support tab, Spanish tab. So in here, you can actually come in and share your trades. You can do a screenshot, share your trades with other members. You can come in here, also share any swing or options opportunity that you might be having. There's a couple of people in our community that are doing swing trading, that are doing options as well. So they share their thoughts in this tab here. The support tab, guys, is very, very important. So if you have any questions throughout the day as you're live in the chat room, you can come right in here and ask that question. Don't ask in the main chat room because it could get lost here sometimes with the messages. In here, we have a dedicated moderator watching this tab for questions, right? And also, we don't want to go back and forth answering questions in the main tab when other people are trying to focus on trading, right? So separate tab here to do that. Feel free to ask any questions you might have in regards to trading platform. All can be done there. You also have members like Megan who are contributors, right? You're going to see this contributor badge. These are members that have proven over time to be very, very helpful, have been with us for some time, and they help out other members as well. So if you see that, even members like Megan will give you an answer for something that they already might have gone through. Obviously, here's our main chat, like you have here in our chat room as well. Now let's talk about the screen we're going to be sharing here. So this is Andrew's screen. He's sharing this entire picture over here. When I took the screenshot, he was not online anymore, but usually his camera will be over here, and you can move this camera to wherever you like, right? So you can move it to any spot within the web page. The way he shared his screen, he has TI as a third of his screen. So this is Trade Ideas, guys, an amazing scanner, and this is a scanner that we also share with you, and I'll show you how we get that. So half of this, 1/3 is Trade Ideas. That is what he's looking at as he's trading live. And then the rest is his platform, Dash Trader Pro, right? That's what he uses to trade. And you'll be able to see his live entries and exits right on here as he is trading. Yet you have his montage, and you also have the watch list that he's watching for that day as well. Next, we do have the Benzynga news. I'll show you what that looks like in a second in the next slide. After that, we do have the chat room drive. So anytime we're sharing something, any type of PowerPoint presentation, any type of a file that you guys want, that we want to share with the community, come in here, and sometimes the moderator will be talking about something. They'll reference the chat room drive. This is the chat room drive there. You can come in here and download any of the information that's already on there that's been added by moderators. To switch between screens, for example, if there are two, there's always going to be two screens, right, with somebody's sharing. There's going to be the BBT scanners, which is always on. If you click on this one, right, if you click check here and you click on that one, it's going to bring up an entire screen of all trade ideas, right? So in the morning you come in, you can click on that. You can see all the watch list, all the gappers, all the scanners will be there. There will be some scanners that are blank because they only become active after the market open, right? So before 9:30, they'll be completely blank. Then if you want to switch to whoever's sharing the screen, for example, Andrew's here, you can click to Andrew and you can see the stuff that he's sharing. You can go back and forth depending on what you want to watch at that time. Let's talk about Benzynga. So Benzynga, guys, they are a news company, and what they do is they provide market news to different platforms, interactive brokers, Thinkorswim, even some websites. These guys collect news from the market and provide it to these platforms. So we partner with them. We pay them a real nice licensing fee. So take advantage of this. This brings the news right to your website. When you click on that logo, you're going to get this little pop-up page, and it's going to have very simple timestamp, the ticker, and a quick header of what the news is about, right? So you can see that right on there, quick information, what's happening. At times when you see the SPY, that's basically overall market news. So for example, here, the House Speaker was talking about COVID-19, I think a bill relief, whatever it was. So again, anything like that can affect the entire market. So you can take advantage of what's happening if that is going to move the markets one way or the other. If you want to search a specific ticker, let's say you're interested to find out, hey, what's going on with AMD, you can type in AMD there, and then everything that pops up for AMD will come up on that slide there. Here we have the Squawk Audio. So if you click on this, guys, it's going to provide you a little playhead. And there's a gentleman here that's kind of, he's on the entire time for the whole day, for the whole market day. And all he does is he's quiet for the most part, but when something comes out, news data, he'll just come out, he'll come on and say, hey, INTC, the CEOs on CNBC, they're ramping up technology for the microprocessor. INTC is at price such and such. And then he'll stop talking into the next header comes out. He gets very busy during earnings season because a lot going on there. But again, very useful. You can have this running in your background if you do not want to, have a screen taking up this web page here. You can do that as well. All right, so pretty neat. You have some features here as well. If you can hit the bell. The bell, every time something comes up here, it'll give you a little ding notification. Or you can also do a dark theme template as well if you want this to be black instead of white. All right, so again, pretty useful to have this information on here. You can search news right away and not have to go elsewhere to do that. So that's very, very useful. Question: I started trading VBT last week. I noticed only Andrew shares his screen while trading in the morning. Are there sessions at other times where other mentors share their trading screens? It would be super helpful to watch them trade live. Andrew's the only one that really does it. And here's the reason why, guys. I traded live before doing the pre-market show. I used to trade live as well. Now I do the pre-market show, and after I'm done with the pre-market show, I go have breakfast and I listen to Brian, and then I get ready for my trading at 9:30. It is very, very difficult to trade live, guys. It is challenging for moderators, and the reason for that is because as you're trading live, you're worried about what other people are saying. You worry about, I got to make this trade work, and trading is already very stressful. You don't need that. Now, Andrew's been doing it for years, so for him, it's a no-brainer. He does it without even thinking about it. He has that experience, but it's not easy to do that. So I know Thor has done it before in the past. So I've seen Thor do it, the live trading, but even he has mentioned how difficult it can be to do that, right? So that's the reason why. Norm does his screen as well. Now, if you notice, when Norm shares his screen, it's later in the morning, so it's not as active as it is when Andrew's trading. That first hour, 2 hours is very active. There's a lot of trades being taken. Later in the day, like when Peter shares his screen, the trades are not as fast paced, right? So you're not going to get that, in and out, and call outs like you would in the morning, right? There's still great opportunities because we've seen what's been happening lately, right, with the market. It's just amazing. So let me go back to the slide which I think it was right over here. So I'm going to skip over these two first. We're going to go back to them. So hopefully that answers your question there. We're going to get back to these two here, Education Center and download. Let's talk a little bit about, because I want to dive into that a little more. Let's talk about the Order Dash Simulator. So as you guys know by now, we use Dash Trader Pro as our platform to trade, and there's a reason for that. I mean, they're very, very good, guys. I mean, they're direct access data. Their platform is very smooth, very fast as well. And that's the reason why we use them. Also, another great thing about them is their real-time simulator. It is amazing. It is literally real-time, meaning that whatever you're watching on the simulator at that time is exactly minute to minute, second to second, what's happening in real life, right? So if Apple's going up in in the real market, no, this is going up in the real market as well. And everything, the buttons, the entries, the montage, the charts, everything's exactly the same to what it's going to look like when you trade live. So very powerful tool. You want to trade in simulation in the same platform that with the exact same hotkey, with almost everything exactly the same as you are when you're going to trade live, right? That is going to guarantee you not having issues on understanding a platform, trying to learn a platform when you're going live with actual money. Not it'll help you not make also mistakes moving forward, like hitting the wrong hotkey or trying to get familiar with the information that's coming across the screen as far as charts and price action, right? So very, very important. You also get a market replay. In the market replay, guys, what it is, you can go into any calendar a day here on May 2nd or so, and you can pick, let's say, Apple, and you can replay Apple, and you can actually take trades, right? So it helps you practice doing off market hours. Because, for example, you can only really practice in a live simulator when the market is open, right? But if you want to practice outside of that, those market hours, let's say on a Saturday or a Monday evening, you need a replay. This allows you to do that, right? Because the market is close. Obviously, you're not going to get no price action movement. This allows you to do that and get more screen time in practice. So this is a great, great feature. This is all available to you guys here for $300 for 3 months, right? So that's $100 a month. This package, if you go to Dash Trader Pro, will be $165 a month. So again, you get a very nice deal, a nice little discount there of $65 per month. So it's pretty, pretty sweet. And we recommend, guys, 3 months, no less. And again, and that's not the minimum. I did 7 months, so you can do more simulation. You want to go live when you are ready. So don't rush it saying, "Oh, I did my 3 months. I'm going live already." That is not the way that works, right? Take your time with this. All right, let's head on down to the next screen here. We have this is a little bit early, but I want you guys to be aware of it in case you do decide to go with Interactive Brokers, right? This is a broker here, Interactive Brokers. Dash Trader Pro and us, we have partnered up to give you guys a nice discount. So what they're able to do is you just see this information down here, flow information, other fundamental information. They got some e-minis, Forex data. This costs about $150 per month additional to the, I'm sorry, $50 per month in addition to the $150 you pay for the platform. When you start using a live broker, you can get this completely for free at the same cost. So it'll be $150. You're getting this extra data for $50. Now, here's the key: you do not have to. Let's say you decide to go with another broker and use Dash Trader Pro. You do not have to pay for this package here, right? You do not have to pay for the $200 package. You do not need this information here to day trade effectively. But hey, if it's free, it's nice to have. Why not put it on there? Maybe you want to trade Forex or E-minis, you can have that information. Why not, right? It's completely free. But if you go with somebody else, you do not need it to day trade effectively. So don't pay the extra $50, save that for capital, right? But again, a little bit early now, you're just getting started, but I want you guys to be aware of it just in case that is the choice you go with as your broker. Here we have Trade Ideas. Again, Trade Ideas, guys, a very, very powerful tool. Is one of the best scanners that is out there for finding stocks in play. We can provide you a 50% discount if you decide to go with them. You can use the Vancouver 15 at checkout. And you can also then go ahead and download Andrew's layout, right? You can download his actual layout that he uses, and then you can later, filter it or change it to make it your own. And what I mean by that is, for example, we've seen traders when they build their trade book, they figure out what they're good at, right? That's the whole point of being in simulation, is to understand what you are good at. And you're going to notice that, for example, Andrew is not great at trading anything under $5, under $10, right? He's not good at these lower price stocks. So he likes stocks between 20, sometimes 15, between 20 and about $80, maybe $90 is his sweet spot, right? So what he does is, right, what he would do is, or what you can do, you can filter the scanners to only show you stocks between 20 and 80. Now, he doesn't do it on his because obviously there's other traders out there that are looking at his screen that might want to see something above $80. But in your case, if you find that this is your winning range, right, that your percentage between this price target, is 75%, guess what? I don't want to see anything outside of this range, right? I want to keep doing what's working over and over and over again. So if it's within your budget, I absolutely recommend you definitely check out Trade Ideas. If it's not within your budget right now, you can definitely just use the one we provide for you in the chat room. You just can filter them, but you still get access to them, to some of the scanners that we use on the website. All right, let's move on down to two more areas I want you guys to be aware of in the community resource topic. It's going to be this knowledge base here. So if you go over to community, on our header, if you click on this and you go down over to knowledge base, you're going to find some frequently asked questions and answers we got for you here. So you can come in here, look for any type of information you need. For example, I am not receiving Bearable Traders email. How do I update my email listing preference? You can find that information on here. Some other stuff here. Do we offer one-on-one classes? Right, that's also listed there as well. So you can click on this. You're either going to get the answer right away that you're looking for in a brief paragraph, link to like DAS website that might provide a better answer, or an actual link to a video that gives you the best answer possible. So again, take advantage of this. If you're looking for something and you want a quick answer, look in here first to see if that's answers available for you there already. The next thing is going to be our community forum, guys. This is an amazing tool. There's tons of information here. Our members, our moderators, you can see how many posts we have in here. Our moderators and our members have done, and this is an old screenshot, so it's got to be a lot more now, have done an amazing job at posting things that have happened, right? So, for example, if you go into day trading, we have a day trading technology. People talking about what equipment they bought, how their Stream Deck is working, what other tools they're using to trade, how many, what they did for the computer build. We also have strategies. What strategies are members trading, what's working for them, what's not. So again, there's a tons of information on here. Come in here, definitely check it out. You can also look for answers. For example, if you're looking for Kyle's advanced hotkeys, right? You can click on here. There's an entire post of it, hotkeys and how they work, and how other people are using them, right? So a lot of information on there. And again, and if you do not find what you're looking for, do not hesitate. To start a new topic, find the best main topic, and then subcategories to put it in, and start a new topic and post it. You'd be surprised how many members and moderators are going to get back to you with some good information. So definitely use this tool. It's an amazing tool. It has tons of information on there. All right, before I move forward, let's see if I have some questions here. I've been using Schwab Street Smart, and it doesn't feel slow to me, and I have not charged for a monthly. Okay, could you help me understand in more detail why that's preferred? It is more for early market. When I get feel is more difficult. Oh, all right. So here's the thing. So you have Thinkorswim. There's tons of platform out there that are not charging you for commission. But what they will not provide you with is a good level 2 indicator. Nobody does. I checked, right? Because who wants to pay commissions? Nobody wants to pay commissions. So level 2, guys, this is a big indicator for us when it comes to day trading, active day trading. Level 2 is one of those indicators that you need to have. Also, I have Thinkorswim for my swing trades and my long-term stuff. It's an amazing platform. I love it. I love their mobile app. But when it comes to day trading, I have noticed that first of all, their level 2 is nothing near Dash Trader Pro. Before I started trading, I put Dash Trader Pro and Thinkorswim next to each other because I did not want to switch to Dash Trader Pro. Dash Trader Pro to me looked a little bit older. I was used to Thinkorswim. I loved the way the platform was set up. I felt like it had all these features, which I didn't use anyway. Found that out later. I don't know. I don't use more than half or 80% of stuff that's on there for day trading. And then I realized that even the information coming across, the price action itself in the charts was faster on Dash Trader Pro, right? Let's not even talk about entering an order. Let's talk about just the information coming in to your computer, right? The price moving up was faster on Dash Trader Pro. So you add all these things up, right? And if you're day trading, if you're actively day trading, you want to get the slightest edge possible you want to have. And that's what Dash Trader, and not just Dash Trader, there are others direct access platforms out there that will provide that, right? Dash Trader is the one we chose because it's the one that gets the job done. But there's other ones too, and none of those are going to be free, right? They're not going to do it because they know they're providing a level of service. It's a pro level. You're not going to get with these other platforms that are not free, like a Schwab, a Thinkorswim. There's tons out there. Even Interactive Brokers, right? Even IB. You know what they created because they want to compete in this market of the no commission. So they created two areas. They created one for pro, right, which does charge. This is their pro package, which provides level 2, provides, you can connect to Dash Trader Pro, you can connect to TWS. And then they also provided their IBK Lights, right, which does not charge. But guess what? You go into that platform, you're not going to get level 2. You're not going to get direct access, which means your fills happen immediately. When I hit that hotkey on Dash Trader Pro, my order is filled. It's like it doesn't think. It just fills it. I'm in the position, and I'm in the trade, right? when I do that in Thinkorswim, there is a thought process. There's a thought process. It takes a little bit. Sometimes I don't get filled right away. And I understand that. But for swing trading, that's okay. I don't mind. For swing trading, that's all right. When it comes to day trading, you cannot afford that delay. When you look at when you get your signals to get in a trade, you need to get in immediately, and you need to be able to be in that trade, and then you also need to be able to get out immediately, right? So that's what Dash Trader provides, or any direct access platform, right? That is the key. You need to have a direct access platform. So I know there's some members that are using Thinkorswim, and again, it's not a bad platform. It just depends on your trading style. My trading style is a little bit close to Andrew's. I have that fast-paced style. There's no way I can trade with a platform that doesn't have level 2, and it's not going to be filled as fast. Guys, so hopefully that answers that question. We have a Q&A towards the end. We can answer even more questions then as well. All right, here we have our education center, guys. So our education center is set up in 3 categories. As you can see here, we have actually 3 subcategories: technology, strategy, right, and psychology. These are the 3 pillars that we've been talking about. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And then we have our introductory class. You want to start here. We have our essential training, and then we have our webinars, and then we have our mentorship, right? So you want to work your way down this way if you are brand new. If you already have some experience and you've been trading for a while and you want to focus on certain things within your psychology, then go ahead. You can skip right to psychology, right? You can skip to this. You can skip to the webinars on the psychology, and you can do that as well. So it all depends on your level of expertise, right? If you're brand new, I recommend you go 1, 2, and 3. And if you're not, then you can hop around depending on what your need is at the time, right? So very, very important. So here's what you're going to get. If let's say you click on essential training and you want to go to strategies, so we're going to just click on that, and it's going to bring you down over here, right? So you're going to be under strategy, essentials training. So here we have different categories. For example, BBT strategies, breakouts, reversals, ABCD patterns. And I have an old screenshot, so it could be more than this by now because we're constantly adding to this as we move forward. So for example, here, the BBT fundamentals, you have 5 topics in here. When you click on this or expand it, you're going to see the 5 topics that are listed here for the BBT strategies, and you're going to go complete them one at a time, right? So you're going to work your way down as you do this. Or if you're interested in a specific topic, you can just skip right to it, right? And then complete that topic. Once you start completing things, you're going to see this bar filling up here, and then you can complete the entire steps that are done for that specific course. Heading on down here, guys, I want to show you, especially for those intro members, if you're starting out, we do have a downloads tab here. And what the downloads is going to include, is going to include several things that you can download and take advantage of. So for example, if you click on here, downloads, and you go down to this page, we're going to have a layout for Dash Trader Pro. And if you're starting out right now and you haven't signed up for the simulation, definitely go ahead, and especially if you're an intro member, you're going to be here for 7 days or so, go and download Dash Trader Pro 14-day trial, right? It is completely free. You get to try out their platform for 14 days. So you can see what it's like. And then you also get to update this layout. This layout will get you started. Then eventually you can you look at other videos we have in here that show you how to fine tune it to your specific situation. So we have tons of Dash Trader resources that'll show you how to set up your screens from scratch. This way you can, if you have 2 monitors, 3 monitors, 4 monitors, you can set them up accordingly based on your screen real estate and what you want to see, right? Do you want the charts to be bigger, smaller? Do you want three charts or 2 charts per ticker? How many montages do you want? It's all customizable, so you can do that. But to get you started, we do have a layout. If you click on here, you can download that layout just to get you started and move forward. All right, guys, let's talk about the 3 pillars that we were talking about earlier: technology, strategy, and psychology, and what you're going to find in these 3 areas. The first thing is going to be technology. That's going to be basically the tools that you're going to use for trading, right? That is what that comes down to. So we're going to start with the hardware requirements: trading platform, brokers. I mean, there are hundreds and hundreds of trading platforms and brokers, and those are different combinations. I gave you one, for example, Dash Trader Pro is a direct access platform. They work with CMEG, which is an offshore broker. They work with Interactive Brokers. There was an alert that they're going to start working with even TD Ameritrade, who also works with Thinkorswim. I don't know if that ever happened. I'm curious to see how that's going to work because, again, TD Ameritrade, they are not a direct access broker, right? And we can spend a whole topic on what exactly that means. Direct access means that when you enter an order, it's going directly to the market, not to their internal pool to try to get filled and then back to you. So when it goes directly to the market, there's no delay in getting your order filled, right? And this is called internalization. There could be a whole topic about that. If you want, you can look it up online. It's a lot of good information on it as well. So again, you have all these combinations, all these brokers, all these platforms. The key here is going to be, we want to help you find the platform and tool that is going to work and support your trading style, right? Your tools have to support your trading style. That is the key. If your trading style is to swing trade slower term, you don't need a direct access broker. You should not be paying for commission for any swing trades. I'll tell you that right now. You should be with a broker that does not charge you any commission for swing trading. Because if you miss your entry by a couple of cents, 30, 15 cents, it doesn't really matter. You know, it doesn't matter. So now on swing trading, you miss your entry by 30, 15 cents. You could be in a losing trade very easily. Sandra, fully agree. And your trading goals as well. Fully agree with that, right? So these are your supportive tools. They need to be in line with that. If not, you have the wrong tools. Many times, and this happened to me, we want to put the tools in front of the trading style, the trading process, right? And that just ends up not working out too well. That's like going, hey, I'm going to go off road, but you know what? I like the Porsche, the Porsche two-seater. I think that's going to be great. I love that car. It looks great in red. But you're going to take it off road. You're not going to do very well, right? So find out what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, and then find the tools that are going to support that, right? So I did it backwards. I went to Think or Swim. I lost $700 the first week. I'm like, something is wrong here. Quickly realized I needed to get a little more education on the tools that I was using, right? Journaling, very important. The scanners, these are all the tools that are going to help you move forward as a trader. So these are the stuff you're going to learn on the technology umbrella here. The next one is going to be strategy. And now we start to get into, how to build your watch list. What are some of the things you're going to do here as far as what are you going to watch every morning? Then we start to get into day trading strategies, developing your trade book. Now, these two here, guys, they take time and they could be frustrating, right? These two are not easy at all. And you have to be patient. And the reason for that is because here, guys, what happens is, let's say you pick two strategies that you want to work on, right? You pick the one, let's say an opening range breakout. You pick two, you pick a ABCD pattern. And then you find out, you're not good at these. You keep missing. You keep been trying them for some time now, and you're not able to execute them very well. It just doesn't mean the ABCD pattern does not work. Doesn't mean the opening range breakup is not a good strategy. It just means that it might not be the right strategy for you. And this is the key thing for traders, especially in day trading. You have to find out what works for you. For example, what works for Andrew doesn't work for certain people. What works for Thor doesn't work for Andrew. What works for Peter doesn't work for Andrew or Thor, right? They all trade very different, but they found what works for them, and that is very, very key, right? So our goal here eventually is to provide you with a set sample of all these strategies that we have traded, and most of them Andrew has traded, and see which one is the best fit for you, right? And then based out of that, you're going to develop your trade book on successful strategies you have proven over time in the simulator that actually work, right? So we're going to show you how to do that and build that trade book. Once you have that trade book, this is when you start thinking about going live and then doing some really good risk management, trade management. These are things that you need to have this trade book in place first before you even go live. Many people want to build this trade book when they're live. So imagine they're okay and losing money while they're building that trade book, right? That's not what you want to do. You want to do this in simulation, work on these strategies and build that trade book before you go live, right? So this is a strategy of what you're going to be learning here. And then we head down over to the psychology part. And this is where, guys, where if there's any secret in trading, it is your psychology, your mindset. So we have put an entire team together of professionals that tackle many issues that traders face as day traders in their mindset when it comes to performing in a pressure environment, right? Because day trading is stressful. It's a lot of pressure when it comes to day trading. So we put a nice team together for that. This is where things, again, there's no doubt in our minds, guys. You're going to get technology. You're going to get strategy with time, right? It takes time. It's not as easy. And you need to be patient with this process. But this is one that you're going to keep working on for a very, very, very long time, if not forever, right? It's just you never get to a point where, oh, my psychology is it's completed. It's on top of my game. No, we spoke with a trader who's been trading for 30 years. He manages a firm, and his stop loss, just to give you an idea of how much he's trading, his stop loss is $2 million a day, right? And we interviewed him. His name is Andrew, no, Andy Kirshner, and we interviewed him. And and once in a while he does have, he has collapses in psychology, right? Things go wrong. His mindset gets the best of him. This is 30 years in the game, right? So we never stop working on your psychology. So what we put together here, guys, is a team of expert to tackle some of these issues. We have Mike, as you guys know, he's one of our moderators. He has put together an amazing introductory webinars for you guys. So make sure it's about, I think it's 1 through 6, to get you into the psychology aspect of things, kind of go over certain things that traders are going to face and how to tackle them and how to identify them. So I highly recommend within the essential training that you definitely go through these, right? Are a must. We have Dr. Jonathan Katz. You might have seen him in some of our Monday's mindfulness. Actually, we had him on today. And he goes over a little couple of tips and tricks for the week. But he also has a shrink wrap thing that he does I think it's every month, every other week as well. On every Wednesday nights, our psychology webinar. So you can definitely check him out. He's a high performance coach. He's great on one-on-ones. So definitely his advice is crucial. I mean, he has given us some really, really good webinars that you can catch the recording on, but also make sure you catch him live when he's doing that. Dr. Kenneth Free, he has created an exclusive mastermind program series, and you can find this in our education center. And what he's done here, every one of these mastermind pro courses is tackling a specific issue that traders go. For example, overtrading, right? He'll spend a couple of minutes just talking about overtrading, some of the signs, what to do, some of the exercises that you can take with you to start practicing right away to avoid some of that overtrading. So again, really, really good stuff, guys. Definitely take advantage of it. We have Nada, and she focuses on mindfulness. And right now you're thinking mindfulness. I mean, it might not seem as important, guys, but you'd be surprised how much your mind has to do with trading, and this is why trading is not a cookie cutter system where you can take any person here and just put them into this uh, cookie cutter process and make them a successful trader. It doesn't work that way because everybody's mind is different, and they react different to certain things. They react different to losses. They react different to winning. So being aware of that mindfulness is amazing. He's a great mindfulness coach. He's with us every once a month, I believe. So definitely look out for her. She did a session last week on Wednesday, which was very, very helpful for our traders. Then we have traders. He's a performance psychologist with the mental edge as well, kind of giving you an idea of how to be in control of that mental edge, how to get ahead of things. Of your minds and not let your what she calls your inner chimp, sabotage your trading, right? So great information there as well. So she's also has a lot of courses in our education center that you can take advantage. So we have put this team together, guys, because we know how critical the mindset and psychology for trading is. So very important that you take advantage of the resources that we have put together for you here. All right, let's get into our last session here for the evening. It's going to be trading expectations. And this is critical, guys, because a lot of you guys are starting out and you already have a plan in place, or at least a template of where you want to be by when. I did when I first started. So if you didn't, then you're ahead of the game, because when I first started, I had a plan where, hey, you know what? If I could make just $100 a day, that's 500 a week. Then you do this times 52, and then boom, oh wow, I could live off of that. That's great. You know what? Then if I make 300, how much would that be? And we all do this. We all have an expectation of where we want to be as far as, and it's usually dollars, right? It's never anything else but dollars by, maybe 6 months, maybe a year. And what happens is, trading is more like this, guys. This is the reality of trading. It's very, very, very difficult. And if you focus on the money, this process here becomes even more difficult, right? This is the reality here. So we might start looking at it like this, like, okay, yeah, we'll get there. It'll take a little time, but we'll get there. But this is what it looks like a little bit more, right? So our job here at Variable Traders is to prepare you for the stuff that's going to happen, right? We don't have a shortcut. We don't have a bridge that you're going to build here and get to the point where you're, a successful trader, very profitable trader, and living off of trading. That's not the way this works. You're going to have to go through the ringer, unfortunately, right? Now, what we want to do is we want to protect you from these things, right? We want to make you as prepared as possible. That means when you hit this bottom here, which, you most likely will, this becomes maybe a decent sized loss, not a loss where you're blowing up your account and you have to stop trading, right? Because this is what happens to people, right? They lose complete control. They don't have risk controls in place. They're trading too big, and they're not aware of their emotions and psychology and how that's affecting their trading and decision making. Next thing you know, they're out of the game. They blew up their account. They lost 15 grand in one day, and now they can't trade no more because they're under the PDT rule, right? I know it sounds a little crazy, but yes, this does happen. So we have to prepare you in a way that you have your trading book in place, you have your risk management in place, you're in check of your emotions when it comes to trading. You know when not to trade, right? You know not to overtrade. All these things and all these exercises we're putting together to avoid these potholes, right, which will come from ending your trading career, right? That's the goal. And if we can do that, right, you can bounce back, right? If this doesn't stop your trading here, you can bounce back from losses. You can bounce back from, losing streaks, which you will have. It's very frustrating to be in a 2 week losing streak. And it does happen, right? It's very, very frustrating. Your confidence takes a huge hit. But I've seen people with good risk management take a 2 week losing streak, 10 day losing streak, and still not blow up their account and still come back and become successful. And that just builds their confidence. Next time they're in a losing streak, guess what? They've been there before. They know that this can happen, but they know that if they stick to their rules, eventually they'll jump out of it and they'll still be able to make profitable, right? I've seen traders be profitable for the month after a 2 week lose streak, right? Because they stuck to their rules. So very, very important that you understand the expectation here when it comes to trading. Now let's talk about the proper way to start. First, I want to talk a little more about the mindset, though, right? Take a look at these two individuals here, two different types of individuals. You have a trader on your right-hand side, and then you have a doctor, engineer, any type of professional that you can think of, right? When we look at these off the top of our heads, we know already years of schooling, years of training, experience building is my favorite one here because a lot of people, when it comes to day trading, they don't think about this. And this is a very, very big one. And we've seen it happen with Andrew. When Andrew first started trading, you saw his experience. I've been trading with Andrew since 2017, and he's a much different trader than he was back then. He's a lot better, a lot faster. He continues to improve constantly. That is building experience, right? He knows how to trade. He knew how to trade back in 2017. He was a great trader, but he continues to build that experience over and over again. Many people think they're going to come into trading and that's what they're going to get immediately. And that's not the way it works, right? So when you look at this here, you're okay with this. You're okay with years of school, and you're okay with paying expensive tuition and buying the books and everything you have to buy, dorm, all this stuff you have to pay. But when you look at day trading, oh, you don't want to pay anything, right? There's no cost. You don't want to pay for the platform. You don't want to pay for the education. You don't want to take the time for the experience building to happen. Why? It's not any different. This is a profession. This is a serious business. Why would you not take it the same route? Right? This is the mentality you have to have, guys. Trading is a very, very serious business. And I will tell you this, if you don't treat it like one, I suggest you don't even start because the market will take your money. It's simple as that. If you do not treat this like a serious, serious business, if you don't set up yourself in a way that, hey, I gotta have everything checked off here, I gotta make sure that I'm treating this with all the seriousness that it needs, you will fail at this. The market will take your money. This is the only playing field that when you come in here, right? When you come into this, what we call the trading of the market, us as retail traders, right? We're trading with people, with or against them, who knows, depending on the position, that have huge accounts, right? Firms, you have firms here that have been trading for years. You have retail traders themselves that have been trading for years, that have 30 plus years of experience, that are trading big accounts, right? These are the people that are in this field. Now, doesn't mean that us retail traders do not belong here. What it means is you need to come prepared when you step into this field, right? You cannot come in here trying to wing it or so swinging for the fence. Is not the way it works. We belong here, but you have to be prepared in this field, right? There's no segregation here where you come in here and hey, everybody's been trading for less than 1 year. You guys can hang out over here. Everybody's been trading for 2 years. Once you graduate, okay, you can trade with the traders that have been for 2 years. Not the way it works. We're on the same level playing field. So that means we got to come in very, very prepared and take this very, very serious, right? So how do we do that? First thing is the proper education, guys. Go through all the classes, attend all the webinars. We're providing, just listen to it, we're providing a webinar every Tuesday night. This is a success webinar talking about day trading, bringing other people from outside about their experience. Some of the people we have coming up is we have a gentleman from Benzynga. He's going to talk about how he trades the news. Right, can't wait to see that and how they look at the news. We have a gentleman from Trade Ideas that's going to talk about, his algorithmic trading, right? So all things are going to help us become better traders, right? All this information. So take advantage of that. That's all coming up, and we have some great ones that have been recorded already. We have a mentorship every Thursday with Thor. Every Thursday we're doing a mentorship, right? Take advantage of that. Every Wednesday we're doing a psychology webinar. So these are things that you want to take advantage of. These are resources that are available to you. Make sure you're taking advantage of it. Proper tools for trading, guys. We talk about platform, trading desk, right? The broker. All these tools, guys, have to support your trading style, right? Very, very important. So make sure that that's taking place there. Don't go for what's easy, what looks sexy, or what looks cheap, right? Usually those things don't end up working out too well. So just be careful with what's attractive, right? First, look at, okay, here's what I want to accomplish. What are the tools that are going to help me accomplish that? And we'll show you how to do that in our education center. This is an obvious one. Obviously, you need to be available between 9:30 and 4. This is a little bit more difficult if you're in the East Coast and you have a full-time job, right? I'm in the East Coast, so I know a lot of people here when they have to go to work is between these hours. But check. You never know. We never recommend for you to leave your job to try day trading. That's something that's we never want anyone to do. But see if you can switch your hours, right? My wife was able to switch her hours from 10 to 6, right? So that she's available at the morning time now. So that helps to help take care of the kids. So see what flexibility you do have, especially now with the pandemic. Companies are being a lot more flexible. Develop a trading plan. This is key, guys. You have to have a trading plan. When I started, I did not have a trading plan, right? After we became part of the team, and Mike especially was a huge advocate of a trading plan. He put this together. So now we have a trading plan course in place on how to develop your trading plan for you to move forward. Nobody cares about a trading plan when everything's going well, but when things start to go south, everybody wish they had a trading plan, some kind of guide to tell them, hey, if this happens, do this. If that happens, do this. That's very important. You need to have that in place because you're going to notice very fast, especially when you trade live, right? It doesn't happen much in simple. When you trade live and you have real skin in the game, emotions are your worst enemy. Your mind's going to be your worst enemy. So you need to have a trading plan in place to prevent certain things from happening. And also when you hit with certain scenarios, you know exactly what's going to be the next step, right? If you take 5 losses in a row, maybe the next day or for that week, you reduce your share size, right? These are things that have to be written down so you know exactly what to execute when things occur. Open mind to continue learning, guys. This is very important. I put the last one here as that because even especially when you start doing very well, when you start seeing things clicking and you see, okay, I'm getting on a smooth groove now, I'm getting a nice routine, things are working out. Do not forget what got you to that place. So continue to have that, that constant open mind to go to webinars, attend the courses, still be on top of your game when it comes to trading, right? Because things change quickly, and overconfidence is something that does not go very well with trading. So be very mindful of that. Guys, it really comes down to, do you have the time and motivation? And you can afford this. Can you afford the startup cost of this business, right? This is a business and there's a cost for this, right? It's not 100% is free. It's not zero cost. There are some things you're going to have to put out that the market starting out is not going to give you back, right? You cannot go in there expecting the market and your capital to start making money immediately. Where you can go in there with, and what you should go in there with, is understanding that I'm going to focus on the process, solely on the process first. Everything I have learned through the course that you're about to take with Bearable Traders, learn the process over and over again, and then eventually the outcome will be the one that you're looking for, as far as it covering your costs and then providing some profits in addition to that. So very, very important. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining the onboarding class this evening. It is 9 o'clock. I know Kyle is ready to come on, and we might not have time for too many questions. I will take probably one or two, but I will do this. I will put in my email address here, so you guys can reach me anytime. I get back to everybody within 48 hours is the best I can do. At times, if it's more than that, then I probably got a ton of emails. But carlos@bearabletraders.com. Send me an email. Send me an email with any questions you might have. We did not cover something this evening. Do not hesitate to do that. Carlos@bearabletraders. So, guys, thank you so much. Kyle is up next with the technology class, and he's going to be getting into some of the things that he's been talking about in the last couple of sessions.